Welcome to the Your Leadership Legacy podcast. My name is Tina Paulus Kraus, and I'm so excited to bring you this next podcast dedicated to you high performers out there who want to reinvent yourself, reinvent your business, maybe your career, all of it. This podcast is all about being dedicated to transformation and being the best possible leader of yourself and others that you can be in order to create a legacy that lives on. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus Kraus. I am the founder and CEO of True You Teams. And here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus Kraus, and I am super excited today. We have the one and only Miss Shanna Scott with us. Hi, Shanna.
Hello, everyone. Hey, Tina. So nice to see you again.
I know. It's always good to see you, my friend. You get to kick us off today. How fun is that?
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. I'm honored that you chose me.
Yes, I always choose you. You're amazing. You're amazing. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But first, before we get into it, I want to read your bio and let everyone know how amazing you are. How's that?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, here we go. Shanna M Scott is an events strategist and owns, wait, what was the one that you texted me last night? What is it?
International noun since we last met. International.
Let me start over. Shanna M Scott is an international events strategist and owns the award-winning firm Shanna Scott PR and Events. Shanna is highly trained, resourceful, competent, and a major strength in the events industry with over 20 years of training and experience producing high quality and profitable events. Her experience and passion include designing events through her signature systems to achieve objectives and financial lucrative results. Shanna has led and been part of teams that have made over 1.3 million in sales in 2019. As an event strategist and certified event producer, I didn't know that was a certification. That's amazing. Shanna leads high performance coaches, speakers, authors, and experts to profits of 5 to 6, soon to be 7 figures in a single virtual or live event by managing all mechanics and logistics involved with the event. She also provides services such as training and support in closing client sales, quote unquote, enrolling or sales, reducing client attrition by providing assistance in designing curriculum and programs fulfillment, as well as ensuring seamless enrollment and evaluation up to 2 weeks post-event. Shanna has a set of twin daughters that are 22. What?
Yes.
How do you have 22-year-olds?
I'll tell you later.
That sounds like my story. I have one of those too. That's amazing. Shanna, welcome. It's really, really great to have you here today.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hello.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about, so let me just kind of first start with how you and I know each other. So Shanna actually managed one of the events that Beth Osmer and Kristen Lena and I had last year, Alive and Unleashed. And it was amazing. And we got to know her so well. And I totally fell in love with her and I adore her. And I was like, you have to be on my podcast. So here you are. Yeah. Tell everybody how amazing you are. What is it that you do? The event planning thing, let everyone know kind of where you're at right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for asking. Well, I'll start off by putting the disclaimer out. I love events. I love money-making events, profitable events. My specialty are the high-end retreats, such as what we did before. And now, since COVID, we pivoted to virtual events. So just to back up a little bit, what I do with my clients, I lead influencers and entrepreneurs to magnetize their audience and monetize using creative, one-of-a-kind live events, such as the high-end retreats and in-person events, and now in hybrid during COVID. So I utilize my 3-step lean process in which we magnetize the clients. Okay, and that's by utilizing any type of lead magnet. We develop systems and all of that for the clients. And then the second part is the amplification part, in which we pretty much amplify the pain that your respective client has and amplify you as the expert. So that is our overall basic strategy in getting butts in seats. We segment that population of people who actually need whatever you are offering and wanting whatever you're offering. And then we invite them to the conversion event, which could be a mastermind, an in-person event, a webinar, um, a conference summit or anything like that. But the whole purpose is to convert those people. And I'll
Right,
stop
right.
there. Mhm.
Yeah, and I will speak from experience at running events and trying to do it on my own and not having a system or not having like the expertise, thinking I did, and then learning the hard lessons and realizing that I really didn't, and that I needed that support. So talk to us a little bit, because the last time I saw you, we were in Arizona and
Yes.
we were in person and we were hugging and loving up on each other, and then COVID hit. So how did COVID affect your business?
Well, actually, COVID, I've had the best year ever in my business.
It's amazing.
Once okay, right before they COVID hit, actually, I was to board an airplane to Santa Cruz to do a 600-person event, provide
Woo.
support there. Yes. So whenever they shut California down, and that was actually when
It's
I was
March 12th.
exactly. And I was supposed to go to my first HCL as well in San Diego. I didn't get
Yes.
that. So when they shut that down, then we all event planners had to pivot. And so I did a huge pivot, because now the services that I offered whenever we did the retreat together, I offer several more services to fill in the gaps for events.
Hmm. That's
Now,
amazing. So how have your services changed then? Like, I think that so let me kind of back up and come into that question. When COVID hit, I know for me, I had live events, live training, all of that. And then, we just started seeing them coming off of the
we
calendar.
were
And
about to
so
plan one, remember?
what's that?
We were planning one, remember?
Totally. Yeah. We were in the middle of planning one, and it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
And we get to do it differently as we move forward. But we were live, we were face to face, and then COVID hit. And I think immediate reaction was, oh my God, there's no way that we can do leadership work. There's no way that we can do transformation work from an online perspective.
Yes.
And we've crushed that. I mean, all over the world, people, like, business has gone on and people are adapting and learning how to use Zoom and learning how to really adapt and work. So how did you, I mean, I can't even imagine the amount of people that called you that were freaking out, like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Yes, yes. It all started with, whenever people were planning these events, they had a lot of money on the line. So they had already done hotel deposits, paid for marketing, people had plane tickets. So, yeah, there was a lot on the line. So, first, we had to make sure that all of our clients, were satisfying their contracts. Hotels were all going, oh my gosh, we're losing money, and trying to hold on to money. And we were enacting, parts of the contract that would support our clients to get out of those contracts. And then after we did that, it's like, okay, what's next? Okay, this is going to last 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Well, that was
Right.
March. This is October.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
immediately we started what everyone called pivoting. And so I asked myself, okay, how could we still provide services to your respective clients who are needing services even more than ever now? People were losing jobs. People were, they couldn't see their clients in person anymore. So the question was, how could we still serve and serve to the fullest and still take care of ourselves?
Mm,
Thus, online virtual live events were born. So
right.
basically, with that, people did not know how to utilize virtual events, how to connect, how to engage. So that is now a part of my services. They didn't know how to build out the event strategy. So we provided support with that, and how to reach out to people while being in your your workspace. How do you reach the world? And
Yeah.
that's how I actually ended up being international, because it was amazing. If you really
Yeah.
sat there and you pound the pavement, we were able to connect with people all over the world,
Yeah.
just from your workspace.
Yeah, that's amazing. What did you like? Because I heard it, and so I know you heard it too. There was a subset of people out there that were like, I can do an online event. I might need an event planner for an event that I do not online, but online, I got it online. Did you hear that as well? I'm sure that there was people that like, and what
There
would
were
you
lots
say to that?
there were lots of people who said that until they actually did it. And it was like, okay, wait. Because here's the thing, and how I support my clients. When you are the messenger, just as if you were on stage, it became a virtual stage. So you're sitting there, you are the messenger. You cannot, answer the chat, let people in the room. You can't, let the music play because, we were engaging. You can't engage,
Right.
while you are delivering this baby. And I tell my clients, I'm like, you're in labor, I feel like
I love that.
you're in labor, and you're delivering this message. So we want to make sure that you are concentrating on just the messages, just connecting with your audience. All of the back end stuff, the contingency plans, because you had to deal with a lot of technical issues and all that, then that's what you had that dedicated person to do and
Yeah,
take care of your people.
right. So Shauna, what's your why?
What is my why? Why do I love events? Why do I do this work? My why is, for one, I'm innately really good at events. When I'm in the room, I innately know what to do. I'm like a fish in water.
I
Okay.
will attest to that.
Thank you. Thank you. And so, back when I was, a single mom, two babies, a set of twin girls, they're now 22, they'll be 23. I was, in church planning their programs, like the Easter and Christmas programs, distributing speeches and setting up and all this stuff. And I found out I had a knack for it. And someone asked me to do a baby shower. I knocked it out the park. Someone asked me to do another event. I knocked it out the park. And then I said, you know what? I'm kind of good at this. And I just did not get paid for it. So
Mm.
I decided to study the industry and I started in weddings. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll be a wedding planner. Yay. I love events. And the business, just kind of abbreviating this, the business was feast and famine. Um, so, um, so I got this big wedding that was star studded. I won like the wedding of the century. And after that, none of the brides could afford me. So I didn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
And I answered an ad for this business coach. And at our first event, it was like, holy my goodness, at how much money was made and how many lives were transformed.
Mm.
That is my second birthday, that event where I watched these people's lives being transformed and the amount of money that was made that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Gave
knew
me goosebumps.
so I knew that was my calling. And
Mhm.
one side I'm not telling you about is that I'm from South Carolina, where it's very, very impoverished and rural.
Mhm.
And it was a way out of poverty. So, running my business, taking care of myself, and also creating wealth for my clients, is very, very important to me. I have not done my first seven-figure event with one client, even though last year I did make $1.9 million, but that was several coaches.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
I'm looking to make one coach that, my first coach rather, that's seven figures.
Awesome. How about we make that me?
I know. Yeah, let's make it you. And it's
No,
a
that's amazing. I mean, and I think that we've talked about this, right? It's not, yeah, the money is the result, right? It's the tangible result of that business owner that's holding that event. And the real why is what we see that happens behind the scenes through this transformation.
Exactly, exactly. And here's the thing, when you get lots of money, you're able to give to your favorite charity, you're able to, you know, hire more people, build a whole economy workforce.
Mm-hmm.
So it is necessary in transformation.
Yeah, absolutely. And so which brings us to our world transforming right now.
Yes.
If you look around, it's 2020. It's kind of been a shit show, right? That's not a secret. And so what are some of the tips and tricks and tools that you've used to get through this year from a mindset and leadership perspective?
Uh, I have to say my number one thing is prayer, and that's my personal, number one. Number two is, just knowing that you're getting through this. I live near the ocean, and
Mhm.
whenever I step in the water, the waves push back against me. So I either could one drop to the ground, the ocean floor, and drown, or I could, hold myself up. And if it does knock me back down, I get back up. And the same with 2020. And it amazes me how you can go to one person and say, "Oh my God, this year was horrible," and then you go to the next and say, "Oh my God, this year is amazing."
Yeah.
My
So,
story is 2020 is absolutely amazing.
mhm,
With being a COVID survivor, no one knew
mhm.
that. When me and my entire family contracted the virus, I put my hand on my body and I said, "Cells, do your work. This is your time to shine right now. I have not been sick. This is your one job, is to repair my body." And I
Mhm.
got through that serving clients. I didn't tell anybody that I had COVID because I was not going to go out like that. I'm like,
Mhm.
"No, cells, this is what you are born to do. You're built for this."
Right. Our body heals us from inside.
Exactly.
It just does when we let it, when we allow it to.
Exactly. So
When
that
we
that was
allow
their mandate. I'm like, "Look, fix this." I got contracts I gotta fulfill.
right? Yeah. I mean, it brings up such a good point because any one of us could look at 2020 and go, did it happen to us or did it happen for us?
Mm,
And even if things aren't, if your business didn't go and maybe the business has been, not as good as it's been in the past, whatever, there's always a message in that and there's always something to learn from it. Yeah.
exactly.
What
Exactly.
would I'm sure that as you work with your clients, they're also affected. We're all affected. I think that sometimes people are like scared to say, yeah, I'm struggling right now. It's tough right now. And it's okay to say you're struggling right now.
It's totally okay. It's part of your story,
Yep. Yeah. So how do you work clients through that when they're freaking out because either the sales aren't coming in, we're not filling seats, or, because events are stressful and, you add that on top of 2020, and how do you coach clients through that?
I coach my clients do that by I get them to look beyond their current circumstances. And I say, "Hey," and I use that, sometimes I use that analogy. "Okay, let's go with the current. There's a tsunami right now in the middle of this ocean. You have two choices. Lie on the ocean floor and drown, or survive. Fight back, get back up. If another wave comes, get back up." This stuff, entrepreneurship without COVID, is not the easiest thing to do.
Right.
But we are all assigned people on this earth. And I'm honored to know that you, Bethy, and
Bethy.
Kristen, Beth,
No, it's okay. Yeah, I just love that you call her Bethy. It's awesome.
Beth, you guys were assigned to me, and then I'm assigned back to you. We all are divinely ordered for certain people that we need to serve, and we need to get out there and serve them
hmm Yeah, absolutely.
consistently. And that's
Well,
what I say. I'm like,
yeah, it's about rising other people up.
yes.
I mean, that's just one. I spent the first 45 years of my life holding it all in and thinking I had to do it all on my own and thinking I was the only one going through all this stuff and feeling alone, and I think we sit in that and we don't even realize that there's so much more out there, and support and love, and you get to open up, let go of the past and find it. And so I love how you're working your clients through that.
Yes, and it's very, very important, to me with my clients, because just as I said, I want my clients to be able to, cut that seven figures, and take care of their families and serve even more people, and hold people up. And you guys do a great job of that, Tina. So thank you. I've seen you in your work firsthand doing that.
Mhm.
So you are answering your call. And it is a true calling. And when you know that you have that true calling and that true purpose, that supersedes any dollar amount there is, because you have that pulling that will come back.
Yeah.
So that's your bounce back.
Right. Here's why I need you in my life, because I would probably do this work for free. And,
Do
and
not do it for free.
this is why, because you like slap me upside the head, like, stop it.
Yeah, you have the calling, but remember the calling is to make sure you take care of other people, and money is a valuable resource.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So what do you feel like the biggest, so 2020, it is what it is. We've got all kinds of stuff going on in the world. Almost every system possible that exists is broken. As we kind of end out 2020 and move into 2021, what are people's biggest opportunities as we move forward?
Great question. Here's the thing. You hit the nail on the head. All the systems are broken. Then guess what? We get to recreate it.
Yeah.
We get to some people really found themselves in their purpose in the midst of 2020. So that new breath. So if anyone who, maybe lost a job, congratulations. I will say that to you, because you are now catapulted into your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
So find what it is that you love and do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Where does somebody start? Where does somebody even start in that?
When finding your purpose, find out what is it that you do so well innately without having a bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctorate degree. You're just innately amazing at, and you could do it for hours and hours and hours on end. And you look up at the clock and go, oh my God, where the time? That is where that is where you start, and you say, you know what, this is it. And it could be doing hair, it could be doing nails, it could be fixing cars, I have a client he is a car dealer, but now he has coaching for car dealers who want to move up. So yeah, so we're going to make lots of money doing that.
I love where you're going with that question. So, or with that statement, coaching. Everybody needs a coach. Championships teams always have a coach. Teams always have a coach. So there's this mentality out there when we start talking about coaching that, and I had it, like I totally had it, and that if I go to therapy, if I get a coach, if I get counseling, I'm weak. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, what would you say to that mentality?
I would say that you look at a coach like this. Let's just imagine we're in a basketball. What is what I? Yeah, thank you. You can tell I don't play basketball.
That's awesome.
And I'm shooting these baskets, right? And I'm not making these baskets. You need somebody who is objective, who is outside of yourself, that says, hey, Shanna, a little to the right, a little bit harder, flick your wrist. Just someone that could, help gauge you to the right track, to whereas you can get to those baskets and hitting those goals constantly, consistently, perfectly. That is what a coach does. That is one person that is assigned to you, again, designated for you, that you can hear and take instruction from. And they are helping you hitting your goals, just helping you gauge just a little bit more.
Right. I love it. I mean, I think for me, when the coach helped me stay accountable, like my coaches today, even, I will never, ever moving forward go without a coach. And they hold me accountable and they cheerlead for me. Sometimes in our circles, whether it's our family circle or our friend circle, it's hard to get that real feedback. And when we do get that feedback, we sometimes don't always take it the way that neutrally, right? And so having a coach for me helped me get that objective view, like you were talking about. And so I just think that's so incredibly important. And the leadership lessons that come from that are amazing. So that kind of leads me to my next question. What's been your biggest leadership lesson so far?
My biggest leadership since COVID, or just overall?
Either one.
Since COVID, it's keep at it. Keep at it.
Perseverance.
Keep going, because there were times now, even though I had record-breaking quarters, record-breaking weeks, record-breaking days, but you got to keep at it. You've got to keep at it, because that wave is going to, settle down and not knock you over, and then you can ride, and then the tsunami comes back again. So just keep at it. That consistency is so important, and having that, I can do all things.
Yeah.
I can get through this. You have to have that mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. Mindset's everything. Absolutely everything. So the name of the podcast is Your Leadership Legacy.
Yes.
And so the last question that I always ask everyone is, what legacy do you aspire to leave?
The legacy I aspire to leave is for my daughters, my daughter's daughters, my daughter's daughters' daughters, and my daughter's daughters to not experience the poverty that I had to experience growing up. That I leave a lineage where people can take care of themselves, where they can take care of themselves and take care of other people.
So beautiful.
I remember hearing a notable woman saying, whenever you make it to the mountaintop, you reach back and you get others. You bring them up. That is our purpose. You can't stay up there by yourself, because then you're like, okay, what's next?
Right. So important. So Miss Shanna Scott, I love your name, Shanna Scott. It should be like up in big lights. I'm pretty sure of it. It already is. It's on its way. Tell us where people can find you.
Okay. People can find me at www.shannascott.com. And you guys can call me on my phone, 843-455-0604. And Facebook, LinkedIn, all of those, Shanna M Scott. Just reach out. And if you have a question, feel free, to ask.
Awesome. All the social media. You have a free gift, I understand.
I do.
Tell us about that free gift.
Yes, an event lab for anyone who's out there that's kind of like, oh, what do I do with my event? How do I still serve virtually? Or I'm having a in-person events, because some people are still having in-person events. I think you can do like 50 or below, or you're having a hybrid event. Get into a lab with me. I will sit with you for 1 whole hour to make sure that you become that millionaire, to make sure you serve, to make sure that you get assigned to the people that are assigned to you.
Amazing. Shanna, I want to thank you for being on. I want to acknowledge you first, though, before we go. You're a powerhouse. I have been drawn to you since the second we met. I think that you've got big things to do in this world, and was just really excited to have you on the show. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And Tina, I want to say to you, we were magnetized, so we were totally assigned to each other. And I knew that when we first met, the trifecta.
the trifecta, yeah.
Trifecta. I was assigned to the trifecta, and they're assigned to me. So I want to thank you for your work and the love that you've shown to me. I mean, even though we had a client relationship, you became my sister, and you're amazing, and your light is just shining. So I'm honored to come across your path.
Thank you. Together we get to rise the world, right? All of us together. So that's what it's all about. All right, we're gonna close it out. Thank you everyone for listening to Your Leadership Legacy Season 3 with Shanna Scott. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out our programs and events at trueUteams.com. And until next time, make it an amazing day.